Hello everyone, so I've had a request to do a psychic prediction on North Macedonia. So I don't know anything about Macedonia, but apparently now they're called North Macedonia, which has something to do with them joining the EU and changing their name for some reason I don't understand. This is just what I've been told. So I went ahead and did a reading and I wrote it down. So I'm just going to be reading that back with my commentary as I go along. So here we go. First thing I was seeing was criminals trying to break the system to take advantage of it. And this I saw symbolically as like people running around dressed in all black, like planting bombs places and like blowing things up. And again, this is symbolic. It's not like I think people are going to be planting bombs literally. It's more just like creating kind of like destruction, breaking things, etc. So, criminals trying to break the system to take advantage of it, but families of people seem to uphold the system for their own benefit. There is stability in family, and that seems really important for this country, the culture, the people, and the country, etc. Um, the country as a whole seems to be ignored, and this is currently what I hear is that it's historical for the country, at least that's what I've been told, but I also see that just being the general trend going forward as well. I don't see much acknowledgement of the country for a while, politically or just being spoken of in the world. But what I really mean is politically. It seems there may be some sort of acknowledgement from Greece. So what I was getting when I was tuning into it, that the country below it there seems to be some sort of significance um, of Macedonia to that country, and then I looked it up, and on the map it was Greece. It looks like Greece could be helping Macedonia through trade of goods by giving them stuff. What I saw was people with big handfuls of goods, like taking it into the country and giving it to them. And I think this was trade in exchange for something, in other words, but also of great benefit for the country and the people that may need these. I know nothing about the trade and economics of this area, but that's what I'm seeing. So if you know anything about that, I'd be interested to hear what you have to say. The leaders seem very connected with the whole of European politics, but they continue to be ignored regardless. So the politicians and leaders in that country, whatever that may be, they're very involved with European politics and the powers that be in Europe, but they're just still like being swept under the rug. That just seems to be where things are at, where things are headed as well. It seems that around 2026 to 2027, and that year shows up a lot for me. 2025, 2026, there's just so much change going on around that year is just what keeps coming to me. So it seems that around 2026 to 2027, the rest of Europe may weaken and give more validity to the existence of Macedonia. So because of their weakening, suddenly Macedonia becomes more relevant to them politically. They seem to be able to maintain themselves, that being North Macedonia, that is, and when the economies of Europe weaken, it seems that Macedonia becomes more relevant and connected to the rest of Europe. Sorry, I kind of already said that before I read it. Just repeating myself. Okay. I see more trade starting with the northern countries that once wasn't as active. So around after 2026, 2027, moving onward, that's when I see more trade activity with the northern countries above Macedonia. However, it seems that it could take nearly 20 years from now before becoming part of the EU. I don't get that the EU likes Macedonia, and is only interested in using them when they need to. So they just don't really, they just see them as like kind of like the annoying family member that people just kind of try and push away and ignore. They seem like greedy, this is the EU in relationship to Macedonia, they seem like greedy businessmen in this regard. I see Macedonia being in a lot of pain for the next 10 years or so before starting to look brighter. I do see Russia gaining more power around Europe. That would be more so north of Macedonia. But I don't see Macedonia being affected too much by this in any negative way. Not so much directly, that is. Macedonia seems to become busier around that time, that being 10 years or so, with more people and becoming a more desired area to live or to visit. This doesn't seem to be by any skill of the politicians, or in other words, the reason why people are visiting, but it seems more just by random chance and the downfall of the rest of Europe's economy. It looks like until that time it will be plagued by angry citizens and protesting. There may be large groups of angry mobs that could be disruptive to politics, for better or worse. It seems that being somewhat self-sufficient could be beneficial in this country for the citizens. It also appears that some may benefit from drinking tea and taking care of their bodies rather than focusing on the outer world as much. It doesn't have to necessarily be tea, that's just the way that I was seeing it. Nutrition is coming up as something to focus on, and self-care as well, to help heal the disruptive energies in that country for the people who live there. So that is what I got for North Macedonia. I hope this helps. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, you can always give it a thumbs up. And that's all I have to say. Thank you, and have a great day.